Welcome in to the Roll Tide Rewind. We appreciate you joining us here today. Last time I checked, we're at 963 subscribers on the road to 1,000. So be sure, if you like what you see, to give us a like and subscribe to the channel. It helps us out a lot. But today we're going to continue our little series talking about the freshmen and their potential impact of playing this year for Alabama football. And we'll move to our sixth one on the list, and that is Jorden Edmonds. He's a corner from Georgia. Georgia's a great place full of high school talent. Xavier Griffin, we talked about him a few episodes ago. He's from Gainesville, Georgia. Jorden Edmonds is from Sprayberry High School in Georgia, another good high school. Great competition, and it's going to translate really good over to college. But Jorden Edmonds was highly ranked at a high school. You can see these rankings here on 247, Rivals, and ESPN. All have him as a 5 or a 4-star, consistently rated in the top 3-4 at his position. So very much a talented guy that Alabama is getting. And then we'll look at his size, and it compares a lot to Dijon Lee. Dijon Lee came in, 6'4". Alabama lists him on their website as 6'3". According to 247, it was 6'2.5". So you can round up if you want to. But yeah, he's a very tall guy, and you'll see in the film when we go into it in a little bit, he stands out. His height does. He was a Navy All-American this year, played two ways as a receiver. He actually led his team in receiving yards and touchdowns this last year. So getting a very athletic guy, and you'll see that in the clips in just a second. But yeah, this is a great guy to bring into the cornerback room, and we will transition now into his film. And here we go. I got it pulled up. So we'll watch this first play here. Jorden Edmonds is going to be this guy at the bottom of the screen. You can just tell, even from just height-wise, he's a very tall corner. You can sometimes tell when the receiver really towers over a corner. Like, this receiver's pretty tall here and probably is a lot taller than this corner. But you can see there's not much of a height difference in these two guys, which is a big reason a lot of Dijon Lee's success was maybe there's a lot of fear throwing the ball to him because you don't trust the jump ball, especially with a 6'4" corner, and let alone a 6'3" corner. But see on this play here, you don't get to see him the full play, but you can see that he tracks his ball down very well. So just a ball thrown as a prayer, and Jorden Edmonds uses his skills as a receiver to go up and snag that ball. But it's never a bad idea to have a ball hawk as a corner because, a lot of corners, like, I know not the best example because he just transferred, but Jalen Mbakwe was receiver corner in high school, and then he played quarterback his senior year. But it's a lot of corners, a lot of them play receiver in high school, so you get that ball hawking skill from very early on. We're going to go to this next play here. He's going to be at the top of the screen. And what a great play. I know it may be hard to see from y'all's angle watching it compared to my angle, but this play here, so the quarterback is going to roll out of the pocket, get some leverage here, and this linebacker, I believe, is going to be the one to, well, no, they drop back in coverage, but the quarterback has room here to run, but this receiver, you can see at the beginning of this route, Jorden Edmonds is this corner right here at the top. Receiver's going to do a little curl route and kind of go straight to the sideline, almost like an out route. But when he sees his quarterback in trouble, he's going to stop on a dime and cut right up field, putting Jorden Edmonds in a bad position right there. So as soon as he turns, Edmonds is now having to account for the quarterback is now on the run, but also this receiver could get behind him, and the quarterback sees his receiver get behind Jorden Edmonds, so he throws the ball. But the bad thing about this is Jorden Edmonds is a very athletic guy, and he jumps up and takes the ball right away from the receiver. Like I said, maybe hard to see on y'all's end, but just I'm going to try to let it play out, so it probably made a little bit better. But yeah, it's a really great play. It's great to see an athlete like this on your defensive backfield, especially with a Kane Womack defense that likes to create a lot of turnovers. We'll go to this next play here. You'll see him come from the side of the screen here. And make a really good play. There he is, forces the fumble, recovered by the defense. But it's also great to see a cornerback be very violent. A lot of corners are not. A lot of cornerbacks don't really want to hit that much, but you can tell he's a different breed. And also, like I said, Kane Womack defense loves turnovers. Alabama was pretty good in turnovers his first year that he was here. They weren't as good last year, but they were great in turnover margin because our offense didn't turn the ball over as much in the beginning of the year. But Kane Womack loves turnovers for his defense. You're going to see here on this play, he makes a great play here. So it's they're doing a zone coverage. So he's at the bottom of the screen, and you can just tell by the height that's Jorden Edmonds. But receiver is going to do almost like a little post route inside, but this is a zone. And you see Jorden Edmonds, he's following, but the safety here is going to account for this receiver, and you see this running back sneaking out of the backfield right here. And that's the play is for that. The play is for the running back. You can tell from the get-go on this play that this play is going to be for the running back. It's a wheel route. It's a play action to the running back, and then you're going to sting him out for a wheel. And usually this would be a touchdown because the corner would follow the receiver on the post and leaving the running back wide open, but not with Jorden Edmonds. Great, awareness to see there on that play. You see here just a very violent hit. It's good to see corners out in space making these tackles because a lot of offenses thrive on the quick and short passing game, especially like Oklahoma last year thrived on that. Tennessee thrived on that. So it's a big thing to see, especially with Alabama playing, opponents that want to be able to accomplish that. And then at the end of this video, we will go and talk about the depth chart of the corners, by the way. So stick around to the end to see that. But we'll continue watching some film real quick. We'll see on this play here another screen pass, and he just tears it up. And being violent through the block, he even probably got held there on that play. You can see it here. Yeah, just running through the blockers, being very violent point of attack. You're going to love, like I said, the short, quick passing game. A lot of SEC defense or offenses love to run that style, and it seems that he is made for stopping that style. He's at the bottom of the screen here, and it's another screen. And I really don't know what the other team was doing here. I guess the receiver's acting like a valve here because they have multiple screen options on this play. They have a tight end here, they have this receiver here, and they have this running back here. And it just doesn't look like, it just honestly doesn't really look like a very well run play. But he tears it up anyway. So good to see that when you tear the play up. And I think he may have forced a fumble, but he was a little excited, and they wrote him down. Never mind. So I'm going to see him. I think he's at the top of the screen on this play, and he's in run defense, and I think he almost forced a fumble, but it's a great hit coming from the side. But he recognizes the run really quickly. You can see, just watch how fast he is to react to this run. So right here is when the handoff's about to be made, and look, he's already taken his steps to beat this block inside. And then make a good play on the tackle and almost force a fumble. We'll go into this next one. He's at the top of the screen again, and kind of the same thing. He comes in and makes a great tackle, comes in, and yeah, he's very violent. You like to see, like I said, you like to see that a lot from corners because sometimes they're not. They're great cover corners, but in tackling in space, they're not good, but that's part of being a corner. You see him here on kick coverage, going down and making a play, keeping his feet steady. It was always good to see that with corners. At the bottom of the screen here, quarterback makes a throw across the middle, receiver catches it, and then Edmonds is there to make a tackle, and I think he didn't force the fumble there, but it's nice to see making tackles in open space because a lot of times when these big plays are made, receivers are making the mini tackles missed, but he was sure to take him down with his one tackle. He did go up high with him, but it seems he's very strong enough to bring him down on his own. I'm going to see here on this play, the quarterback is going to make a good throw, and then he makes a great tackle in space. So he's in space, he's blowing up screen passes. So it's going to, like I said, be helpful with the short, quick passing game that the SEC offenses like to run. But he's also a great athlete. He makes so many plays, like you see at the beginning of this video. I'll let it play. But like I said, in high school, he led his team in receiving yards and receiving touchdowns his last year. He's a great athlete. You can great ball hawk player. And like Caden Womack emphasizes turnovers a lot for his defense. That's a big part of the defense is we're rushing the quarterback, but we're also trying to make them turn the ball over, and we're trying to get extra possessions for offense. And no better player is going to fit that system more than Jorden Edmonds. Edmonds fits that system so well. And like I mentioned many times, the short, quick passing game, he's great with that, great with technique. He's great with staying his feet steady, shoulders width apart. He's doing great with that. So let's go dive into the depth chart and see what the likelihood of him playing this year looks like. And I got the depth chart pulled up. This one's hard because when I talk about the other freshmen, like Xavier Crowell, I think he has a chance to get a lot of carries this year. He has a chance. I think Cedarian Morgan has a chance to play receiver this year a lot. We talked about Max Sutter potentially playing some tight end. I think there's possibilities there. At Xavier Griffin, I think there's possibilities. And then we talked about Jorden Edmonds, and I think he has some possibilities. It's it's another thing. Well, let me backtrack there. Jorden Edmonds was the one I wanted to speak of here. He's a great player too, just the same as Jorden Edmonds is. The secondary room is just very, very crowded. It's crowded with talent. It's a good thing. But with Jorden Edmonds, Bray Hubbard and Keon Sabb are back. It's hard to say, like, yeah, he's going to play over those guys. And then even Red Morgan is back for the Husky position. The same thing for corner. Xavier Brown and Dijon Lee are back. And I don't foresee those two not starting, especially Xavier Brown. That man's been a baller since he's been here. And Dijon Lee looked great as a freshman. The beauty for Edmonds, though, is that Dijon Lee starting as a freshman benefits him a lot because it shows a lot of trust in the guys coming in early, but also that's the guy that best fits his mold. They're both really tall, athletic corners that can make a lot of plays. And we have depth. Chuck McDonald was a freshman last year. He's only going to get better. Carmelo O'Neal is a transfer from Mercer. He's 6'4", also has a lot of height, so very similar players there. He has the college experience edge, and then Zion Gibson is a freshman coming in as well. There's a lot of depth here, and it's not a bad thing. I think last year going into the season, people were debating, is the secondary or the receivers the best positions on the team? I thought it was the secondary. And this year, I don't think there's any doubt in my mind it's the secondary. I don't think any position group comes close. So with Jorden Edmonds, I think he's a great player. Like I said, it's just a crowded room, so it's hard to see. Like I said, the other freshmen, you can see it. This one's hard to see, but he's a great player, and I think he's going to end up being a really great player for Alabama. If you like what you see in this video, like I said, give us a like and subscribe to the channel. We'll be making some more videos soon on some more players for this year, and also we'll talk more Alabama basketball too as well. So if you like some of that stuff, give us a subscription. We're almost to 1,000 subscribers, but until then, I hope everyone has a great rest of their week, and roll Tide.